Morning all, day 82. It's just after 12 at night. Um, so this is definitely a late video, but yeah, it's alright. So, when I finished my video yesterday, I had a phone call off of Andrew. Unfortunately, he had created a big massive puncture in his tyre. And yeah, he had a flat tyre that night. So that obviously meant he couldn't come and join me to Ben's appointment today in Edinburgh. So he was a bit bummed about that, but I wasn't overly fussed. I knew I could do it myself, so it was fine. I was contemplating to go and picking him up, but it wouldn't be time effective, so I just left it. So got there okay. As good as I was going to be, considering the fact I'm a new driver. Parking, oh, not so good. I got to the destination where I needed to be, and there was no parking. It was all permit holders and double yellow lines and a single yellow line. I was like, this is not good because I know this appointment is going to last for more than an hour. So I was like, oh, I'm not going to park. So I didn't stress about it too much. I just went down the road, round, and then back up, and then I seen where the location was. It was near, not too far from the Sick Kids, to be honest. So I thought, right, I'm going to drive to the Sick Kids, and I know for a fact I'll get a parking space up there. Because it's not just the hospital area, there's side streets as well that we usually park for his appointments at Sick Kids. So I decided to go up there. And I managed to find a space, but I had to have someone guide me into the parking space because someone had parked at such an angle that it was ticked for both ways. So I had someone guide me back in, and truthfully, that's kind of the first time I've ever had to park next to close cars. Like, oh my god! But I did it. I managed to succeed. I'm just going to skip the hospital appointment and go to the ending of when I went back to my car to then leave. The guys who'd owned the car who parked ever so stupidly, yeah, they wouldn't be able to get the car. I'm not discriminating over body sizes or anything. I just know for a fact that they would have struggled to get into their car with the amount of space that was within there. If they'd parked correctly, they would have been absolutely fine. But just because of the way they parked, it was a bit difficult. But I needed that space for my son's appointment. Now, his appointment went well. He has no pressure behind his eyes, which is good. He has a possible squint, but I've always known he has a squint since he was a baby, but nobody believes me. But it doesn't bother me because nothing's going to change if he has got a squint. They think he's a little bit lazy in one eye, so he might get a patch, so he'll look like a pirate. It's not going to be a permanent patch, it's just one eye's a bit lazy. And it just needs to be toned up a little bit. But all in, it was fine. He went for a little nap once he had his eye drops put in to get his eyes to dilate, which I think is so funny. They just go so wide. It's like, oh my gosh, I hate to think we can see. I freaked out about 2 or 3 times whilst I was there. But I told myself it's okay, it's sanitary, it's clean, it's fine, they've got gloves, blah 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 blah. So yeah, I mean, it went not too bad. I just went to the appointment and then went straight back to the car. I didn't gallivant the park that was up in Edinburgh. It was quite full. I mean, it was a big park, but I had a lot of people in there, more than I was expecting to be there, considering the fact that it was windy. It wasn't really sunny. If it was sunny, then I could understand, but it was windy. So I just went straight back to the car, gave Ben just a little snack bar because of the time. It was like, right, I kind of want dinner. So I got my contactless card through today. Or was it yesterday? No, yeah, it was today. It was this morning. So I activated the card by getting a KFC. So I had a KFC for dinner. It was really nice. So I had a glove on, and then once I've used the card, because obviously I couldn't swipe yet, I just instantly put it into a baby wipe and just put it to the side. And I'll do you later. So yeah, I did that, and now it's activated, so it should make my life a lot easier. I can just swipe and go, as long as it's not over 45, I think it is. So just, I never wanted contactless, so I'll deal with it for now and see what happens. I says to his dad that he could come over, considering the fact he was meant to be here anyway. We'd already told Ben that his dad was going to be here. So he came over, and I decided to take Ben to a play park and take his wheelchair. Since he's gotten really good at it, I thought I'd take him to explore. They've got a designed play park for wheelchair users. So he got to experience it, and he loved it. He thought it was great, and he had such great manners. He was asking nicely to go into things, and just exploring, being a kid, and it felt really, really good. I mean, I don't see him in a wheelchair. I know he's in one, but when I see him moving around, I don't see him in that wheelchair. I just see him going to where he wants to go, which is a really good feeling. But yeah, he was really, really, really good, and it was good fun. The reason why I took him to the park around, I think it was around 6, half 6, I took him around there. Reason for it is because he had a nap, and I really wanted to make sure that he'd go to bed and go to sleep tonight, because he was up at 7:30 this morning. I was like, oh, this is really early in the morning. So yeah, he was up at 7:30, had a busy day, so I thought, right, because you're napped, we're going to go to this park. And we were at the park for about 40 minutes or so. It was nice and quiet. There was no kids around. There was kids when we first went in. And this woman apologised to us and said, sorry, we'll get off this roundabout for you. And I'm like, no, he's too young for that anyway. But she ended up going on. But it was like, you don't have to move because we're here. I mean, I know he's in a wheelchair and you probably think he's high risk, which he partly is. But no, apart there wasn't that many kids around. There was more adults with their dogs and stuff. Just hopefully they picked up their poo. I really don't want my son going through it. I've got to deal with the times where he's going to go through his wheelchair into dog poo and get on his hands, and don't want to think about that. But I have to prepare myself for it. So yeah, came home, got him all sorted for bed and stuff. He wasn't wanting to go to bed, but he was clearly shattered. He went to bed about 9, and he was just zonked. He was crying for about 10 minutes, but it wasn't crying for being upset. It was just crying because he was just like, I'm upset, but I'm really tired, but I'm upset, but oh. And he just crashed. We by accidentally woke him back up, tried to turn his wee machine off, because this has this bubble machine and the night light that my sister bought for him, but we turned it off too soon, so it woke him up and made him start again, but he was alright. He went back to sleep. But yeah, so today was interesting. I don't feel too bad about the fact that I went out. Obviously, I'm a little bit nervous about catching it. I'm a little bit nervous that I had been out, but it's not too bad because the figures, don't quote me on them because my memories are bad, but it's 0.6 to 0.8 cases since Friday last week, and I think that's really, really good. So the levels really have dropped quite far. So I'm hoping that it continues to drop down or goes away completely. That would be absolutely amazing. But I've heard that they're starting to think of opening up phase 2 shortly. I think a lot of things are going to start opening again next week. But for me personally, I will just wait and see what happens, like I am already, and just go with the flow, go at my own pace, I've been out quite a bit with appointments and shopping and stuff, so I think I'll do an online shop and that's it. But I had forgotten that I've got a new card, so I'm going to have to re-put my bank details into my shopping and Amazon. Ugh. But it won't be too long. I know how to do it, so I just need to remember to do it, or it's going to be, I'm sorry, there is an error with your payment. Ugh. But yeah, just hope wee man sleeps well and see what we got up to tomorrow. I mean, there's nothing much I need to do tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. Oh my gosh, tomorrow is Friday. Friday. I've completely lost my days. I was supposed to change these bed covers today. Obviously I've been out, so I will probably do some housework. Get these washed, get some towels done, play around with Ben for a while, see what the weather's like. Hopefully it's nice and we can get out. Get him outside and just have some fun instead of being locked in all the time. But yeah. Anyway, my pal should be home at some point soon-ish. Hopefully it doesn't get another puncture or anything like that. But it was a big long nail as well. It was a bit of that, I think. Oh, devastated. Going back to the wheel anyway, luckily it was a quick repair and it only cost him 20 quid. He didn't have to get a full new tyre, which is really good. And I hope he doesn't mind me saying this, but he's living off a furlough at the moment. And he's constantly worried, and I don't blame him, but with him being on furlough is fine, but they don't have a set date of getting paid. It fluctuates quite a lot with where he works, and his work has given a bombshell of he might, not him, but they might be cutting staff to save the business. Now I'm hoping that he doesn't get cut because he's a good worker. He's really, really good at working. But there's a possibility that there'll be a lot of people getting made redundant. But I says to him that if he gets made redundant, he's got an amazing CV. He's now been concierge for over a year now. So it's a really good CV, so people will want it. But I do know a lot of people are being made redundant, so the job searching is just going to be horrendous. There's going to be a lot of jobs up for grabs, and there's not going to be enough. I don't know how I got that word wrong. A lot of people are looking for work, but there's not enough jobs for grabs for them to have. And it's just, and a lot of shops are shutting down, and it's like, go with the flow. Go with the flow. Don't overthink it. Just take day by day. Breathe through it, because I know I keep forgetting to breathe. I've had to do like breathing exercises all day today because I keep like, I'm getting lightheaded. I need to breathe. But yeah, just take day by day as it comes and try not to think about too much, because you'll make yourself sick, and he makes himself sick. He's not sleeping very well, and I feel really bad for him, but I've helped him up as best I can. So yeah, but keep your head held high. We'll get through this together. Just be kind to each other, and yeah, we'll get through it eventually. Like I say, the numbers are coming down, so that obviously means people are doing a good job. Well done, everybody. Yeah. But anyway, that's enough for tonight. I will speak to you tomorrow. And yeah, have a good night and have a good day. And take care. Bye for now.